with how much change the country has faced, and the country being as large as it is and as diverse as it is, I think people need to understand that everyone's voice needs to be heard and not just their own, right? That although we preach individuality in this country, right, we are not going to be successful without each other. And so it's the Abraham Lincoln idea, right, that, house divided. So I think that, understanding the diversity and that everybody has a voice and that they need to learn how to express that voice and to have empathy. I think that a civic education also teaches empathy, right, for other people's views. And this goes back to the first question as to whether or not it should be taught. I think finding ways to teach why it's important, right? So that, not just delivering, this is civic education and memorize this, but trying to relate it to their everyday lives of like, this is how it works. This is why it works. It's your duty to ensure that you do this. I mean, if they're not taught the value of the individual thing that they're learning, they're not going to want to use it. So I think that being able to find value, right? We need to figure out a way where it's not just this, this delivery of memorize this, right? Read the chapter, do the homework at the end of the book, right? But actually experiencing it and showing people that it can benefit them.
And I think in a civic education, that's so easy to do because each of the branches of government deal with things that really are so close to home in terms of the executive branch and, being commander-in-chief and the fact that we're engaged in wars and making that connection to students in their personal lives and the debates that go on and the fact that we have representatives in our own neighborhood that we can arrange to come and speak with our students. I think it's pretty easy to make it interesting. And then naturally with the Supreme Court, the decisions that they hand down that explicitly relate to student life. And I think once you've hooked them young, and you've hooked them into understanding why it's so important and it's just so interesting. If it's made interesting, then I think they're hooked for life and they kind of, hopefully go on to, if not be political junkies or, really very in tune with civic education or civic information, that they're at least cognizant of it and they're aware of what's going on around them.